And guys, it was like, oh, for me, it was like that moment of like, she got it. Like it connected. And I was so thrilled because she just made a connection that is going to benefit her for the rest of her life. Hey guys, welcome. Thanks for joining me. If you are new to my channel, I am a young homeschooling mom of 3. I have a first grader and a kindergartner this year, as well as a toddler. I am also a second generation homeschooler, and this channel is everything homeschool. Just whatever I feel like, or whatever you guys ask for. So, let's see, a couple weeks ago, maybe a month, somewhere around there, I made a video sharing 3 things that I think are bad homeschool advice that you see very commonly on social media. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it below so you can check it out. But one of those pieces of advice was relating to child-led learning. In particular, somewhere in there, I said something along the lines of that you're doing your child a disservice if you're not ever asking them to do something hard and teaching them the value of hard work and that hard things pay off. Like that you can do hard things merely because you want to get to an end result. And we had a scenario come up in this last week or two that I felt like was just such a perfect illustration of that I really wanted to share it with you. I don't feel like you always have something happen that just demonstrates what you were thinking so clearly. Um, and so, and I feel like it also gives, I don't know, I can give my opinion, but sometimes it helps to see it played out. Like, what does that actually look like in homeschool? So, I just want to share this with you guys. Hopefully, it's an encouragement to you. Hopefully, it kind of shows what I was thinking. But yeah, it thrilled me. It was just like, it made my whole week. In fact, it still makes my week. So, go back. This summer, well, go back to beginning or end of last school year. My older daughter is advanced. She has been. She does really great. So in her kindergarten year, she did first grade math. And we use math with confidence, so it's a pretty gentle approach. But she completed first grade math and she did great. She understood all the concepts. I had no problem moving her into second grade math in her first grade year, except that she wasn't super fast on her math facts. So even though she understood the concepts and could do them all correctly and the way they wanted them to, I felt like she might get frustrated moving into her second grade year if she was constantly having to calculate all the smaller math facts before doing kind of the bigger problems that start moving into second grade, because they start moving into, more digit multiplication and subtraction, not multiplication, sorry, addition and subtraction. So over the summer, I pulled out some flashcards just to do addition and subtraction facts, with 10 and under, and just get those more comfortable for her. So we worked on those throughout the summer, and she did not enjoy it. So she did it because she knows that I'm the one who says what we do in our homeschool, and she has a good attitude for the most part and tries to work with me. But she did not enjoy it. She did not want to do it. There were days where we had breakdowns over the problems that were hard. So in the beginning, it took a lot of time for her to get through all the flashcards that we were going through, and it was frustrating and not great. And as we progressed through the summer and kept doing them every day, they got easier and it took less time. But even though it got easier and took less time, she still didn't enjoy it. And if I were to ask her what was her least favorite thing, that would, I think, be on the top of her list. So, fast forward to the beginning of this school year. I don't know, it was a couple days in to second grade math, and we were still in the review stages of first grade, but she had a work page that she was doing on her own. She gets to do one page independently of review, and it had, I don't know, 12, 15 addition or subtraction facts on it. I don't remember which one. It was one of them. And she sat down and she whipped them out. She had them done in a minute, maybe less. And she came to me and she was glowing. And she said, "Mom, the flashcards, they made my math so much easier." And guys, it was like, oh, for me, it was like that moment of like, she got it. Like it connected. And I was so thrilled because she just made a connection that is going to benefit her for the rest of her life. And we had a conversation about it. I was like, so it was worth doing even though you don't enjoy them? And she was like, yeah. And now when I ask her, guys, what her favorite subject is, it's not flashcards. She still would say she doesn't like flashcards, but it's math. And she would not have had that as her favorite subject if it had been a hard start where she was working through each one of those problems. But when I ask her, she's like, yeah, it's math. And I can't even express how good that feeling was of seeing her realize that something she really, really didn't like was worth it. And it paid off and it benefited her. And like that connection is worth so much more than all the math facts to me. We can teach her the math facts down the road, sure. But that connection, that the hard work that she put into something, the times she cried, the times that it was frustrating and took a lot of time, now made her math super easy. And the fact that she made that connection without me pointing at it for her was amazing. It was so rewarding. It was so satisfying. And later this week, we had a conversation about flashcards. I think I asked something like, "Oh, do you think we should still do your flashcards?" And she's like, "No, no, we shouldn't do them." And I went, "Well, do you remember how much easier it made your math pages go? Do you think it was worth it?" She stopped and she's like, "Yeah, I guess we should do them." And like, this is a 6-year-old, guys. This is somebody who is not mature and do not have the brainwave to look at the future. But even she can see the benefit of 5 minutes a day of hard in order to make something easy. And that connection is going to pay off so much. Now, as we're in school and we can have conversations about other hard things that come up, and we can be like, you know, how math, this made this much so much easier, and we can work through other hard things. But just in life, like that attitude is something that our society doesn't have. Culture in America in general, not just homeschool culture, but our whole culture doesn't have an attitude of it's hard, it will pay off. Like you can make hard good. We have an attitude of it's hard, well, we must not do it. And I don't want my kids to do that. I don't want them to be fragile and wimpy and they can't do something hard in life. I want them to see something hard and say, is the other end of hard worth it? And if it is, then I want them to do the hard. And so, guys, I like you can see, I'm so excited about this. I feel like it's so rare that you talk about something like here on social media with you guys, and then you get like that perfect example that just is like cements it. It's just like that. Yeah, that was it. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys because I feel like sometimes an example is better than all my opinions of like seeing how it pans out. And I just want to put this out there. I did not ruin her love of math by forcing her to do flashcards when she did not want to. Doing something she did not want to do actually made math, not flashcards granted, she doesn't enjoy those, but made the subject of math her favorite subject now. And it wasn't when we finished school last year. So I'm just going to put that a little hard work actually made it her favorite subject, not ruined her love of learning. And I am thrilled. And we are continuing with flashcards, needless to say, but I'm not doing them as frequently now that she doesn't need them as much. But I will pull them back in when we start doing multiplication and division just because I want her to put in a little work so that the rest is easy. And I want to do that for her in life. I want to teach her that it's worth it. So I probably said the same thing 3 or 4 times over just there, and I'm sorry about that, but I am excited and it is just, yeah, it's so, so rewarding when you get those moments. So I hope that that was a blessing for you guys to hear. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon.